immigrant stories are going to be a lot less inspiring in the future. My grandfather came to this country with nothing but $5 million and the clothes in his custom Louis Vuitton 5-piece trunk set. Although I have to admit, I don't totally hate the idea of buying your way into a country.
Donald Trump insulted Desi Lydic, expecting the same old formula to work. Call the host a failure, declare the show worthless, and wait for the attack to spread faster than the joke. He had used that playbook against reporters, judges, and critics for years. But this time, Desi refused to give him the reaction he wanted. She didn't raise her voice. She didn't look hurt. She simply faced the camera with a steady smile and let the insult hang in the air until it began to collapse under its own weight. Then she answered, "Donald, if I'm so irrelevant, why are you reviewing me like homework you forgot to turn in?" The studio erupted, but Desi stayed still. That calmness made the comeback hit even harder. She didn't need to match his volume, because the contradiction had already exposed him. A truly irrelevant comedian doesn't earn presidential commentary. A forgettable joke doesn't end up in speeches and angry public statements. Trump tried to silence her, but his own obsession turned her into the spotlight.
Did this guy just put a cover charge on America? It's $5 million to get in, but he'll waive it if you bring in 3 hot girls with you. I mean, I guess it beats the old way of becoming a citizen, which was to marry Donald Trump, but still.
Stay with this, because this is where Desi turned the moment into something bigger. She introduced what she called the Trump insult. Translator. When Trump says failing, it means someone got under his skin. When he says nobody watches, it means he watched. When he says talentless, it means the joke landed close enough to sting. The audience laughs because the translations felt too accurate to dismiss. But then Desi slowed the room down. She said Trump's real issue is not simply that he dislikes criticism. The deeper problem is that he treats criticism like a threat that must be destroyed completely. A reporter becomes fake. A prosecutor becomes political. A judge becomes corrupt. And a comedian becomes unwatchable.
Trump didn't bring everybody into the Oval Office just to sell hats. He was there to sell something much more fancy.
We're going to be selling a gold card. You have a green card. This is a gold card. We're going to be putting a price on that card of about $5 million, and that's going to give you green card privileges plus.
Oh!
The target keeps changing, but the method never does. Destroy the messenger, so the message never has to face a real answer. Desi then said the simplest move was to ask for specifics. Which joke was untrue? Which fact needed correcting? If she got something wrong, bring the correction, the quote, and the date. But if the only response is another personal attack, then that is not a correction. It is a cover. The studio grew quieter because the joke had turned into a challenge. For older viewers, that moment carried real weight. They have watched powerful men dodge accountability and attack anyone who refuses to applaud. But they also remember when leaders were expected to answer directly. You could disagree, but you still had to face the question. Desi's composure made Trump's attack sound louder and emptier. If she had screamed, he would have called her unstable. If she looked hurt, he would have claimed victory. Instead, she stayed calm, almost relaxed, and that control made the insult collapse. Then she delivered the line that shocked America. A man who calls every critic weak is usually telling you which word frightens him most. First came silence. Then came recognition. Trump had tried to shrink her, but she made his reaction look fragile. Then Desi added the final cut. Strong people do not need every joke punished, every critic dragged through the dirt. Panic needs a press release. Insecurity needs a nickname. Fear needs the room convinced every opponent is losing. By the end, Trump's insult no longer sounded like strength. It sounded like evidence. Desi did not win by being harsher. She won by being clearer. She turned the attack into a mirror and stepped aside while the audience studied the reflection. That was the quiet force of the moment. Desi Lydic's calm reply shocked America because it proved comedy does not need volume to be powerful. Trump tried to make her the punchline. Desi made his overreaction the story. And once viewers saw that, every future insult sounded weaker. Because a man who truly does not care never works this hard to prove it on live television.